got a message from William, who's running the Houston Rockets, and he's interested in Chris Paul. So I pulled up a little video here of Chris Paul's debut with the Golden State Warriors just for us to enjoy a little bit. While we talk about the man, the X Factor, I call him, Chris Paul, because he's one of those older guys who can help your team. If you're a team that is on the verge of success, like a championship, like the Houston Rockets are. Now, remember last year, this team was the Death Valley Demons. And this is a team that came into the playoffs as the 6th seed, and they made their way to the semifinals through an upset over the LA Guardians. And they went up against, if I'm not mistaken, they went up against the Lakers. No, it wasn't the Lakers. They actually went up against the Warriors in the semis, and they got eliminated, I think, in 6 games. So they were there. They were close. And this is a team that's very good. They've got some players to build around. Ja Morant, for one, and they also have Jason Tatum of the Celtics, and they just wanted to add another star-level player like a Chris Paul to maybe get him over the top. And this is the kind of deal that you would do when your team is very close. You've got some good young players, but they're not quite Chris Paul yet. So you would go ahead and I'll just rewind these highlights so we can watch them again. You would go out and get a guy like this, a guy like Chris Paul, because you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a guy who's already developed, he's already productive, and you know he's going to have a role with the Warriors. And so he's going to give you all that. And if he stays healthy, or when he's healthy, when he's on the court, he's going to make your team that much better. The guy they're offering up is RJ Barrett. And I wonder if I can pull that up for you. Hold on here, guys. I'm learning the clip champ still. I'm getting the hang of it, though. So let's go over to rosters here. And the guy being offered up by Houston is RJ Barrett. Barrett right here. And Barrett is actually going to be a guard. As you can see, he's a guard in real life. And they have him down as a forward here in Fantrax. So I'm switching him to guard. And this may affect the trade. It may not happen simply because maybe William was looking for another guard because his team was very light on guards. As you can see right here, they only had 4 guards. So maybe he wants to make this trade to add another guard. So this might affect the trade, but this is a trade that's potentially going to happen today. Maybe not. I think even if RJ Barrett is going to be qualified to play guard, it's not a bad deal because, like I said, RJ, he's young, he's talented, but he's not quite there yet. You can see some of the news on him. They're talking about him, having an increased role with the Knicks. So that's something to consider. Barrett was the 3rd overall pick back in 2019. So these are things to consider. These are things that might derail this trade. But if it does go down, Chris Paul joins this team right here, joins the Houston Rockets. He joins Ja Morant in the backcourt. He's got Cole Anthony, pretty decent player there. Terry Rozier, a lot of good guards here. He also adds D'Angelo Russell, or he has D'Angelo Russell. I mean, there's some great players here. And adding Chris Paul and getting rid of Barrett gives him that extra guard. Even if Barrett was going to become a guard, he's not Chris Paul, not right now. So not a bad deal, really. Now, Paul would be offloaded by the Phoenix Suns. That's a team that the commissioner's running, myself. And the reason I would do this deal is, look, I mean, you got the age, 38 years of age, Chris Paul. And this team is definitely on the rebuild. They weren't very good last year. If you look at their draft, they got, let's see, who did I pick up for them? I guess it might have been Trace Jackson. You can check out transactions for our league right here. Well, he was a round 3 pick. Not really sure who I drafted for this team, but we'll find out. Here we go. Brandon Miller. It's got to be. Oh, yeah. Brandon Miller. Here we go. First round pick, 4th overall. Brandon Miller, a forward. A lot of promise around this guy. As you can see here, it says through 3 exhibition contests, Miller has shown flashes of what made him the number 2 overall pick. Remember, he was number 2 overall. And I like this guy because of his size, too. 6'9", 200, fast, lanky, and talented. And he was the 2nd overall pick in the NBA draft this year. And right here, they say he might be a key piece of the Hornets' future. So basically, the Suns in this league are looking to build around guys like that. A guy like Chris Paul just doesn't fit. They're not ready right now. This team is not ready. So this is a deal that could potentially go down. I just wanted to make another quick little clip champ video. I'm trying to get used to it, and make some better videos. And of course, in the future, maybe get some higher tech software. But right now, I'm just kind of playing around and working with what I have, and I want to do more videos like this in the future. But a trade to look at, and these are the kind of trades that you're going to be able to make in this league. I want to point this out as well. Like a lot of guys, when you're looking to make deals with other guys, it seems like they're always targeting your number one guy. They always want your best players, and every trade doesn't have to be a blockbuster, guys. It can be, a minor trade. You could be trading for somebody who's let me see here. Let's look at last year's stats, so it'll make it a little more clear who is what on this team. You can see all these zeros are guys with no experience last year. These are your younger players. Let's look at a guy that was not very successful, perhaps, or maybe he's medium level. A guy like Tyus Jones. I mean, you might make deals with guys like this. Tyus Jones making about $14 million. You figure out your trading range on that one. 14 million. Let's see here. 14 times 0.8 is 11.2 million. 14 divided by 0.8 is 17.5. So you could go out and get player or players worth 11.2 to 17.5 million for Tyus Jones. And that also could include a draft pick. Top 2 draft picks each year are worth 10 million each. This is the kind of guy you might make a deal with, because maybe you want to get a backup for one of your main guys. Perhaps you have an injury risk. For the Saints, for example, I have Kawhi Leonard. I might want to pick up some backup forwards for the Clippers because Kawhi Leonard isn't always on the court. So I might trade a guy like this level, These are the kind of trades that you should be looking at doing just as much, if not more, than your blockbuster deals. I mean, everybody wants the best players in the league, obviously, but you have to give up quality to get quality as well. And I feel like sometimes guys really just are pushing to get an all-star team and they don't want to pay for it. And this league is meant to be more like real life, where you're going to have to make these kind of deals. You're going to have to off some of your prospects, maybe a draft pick, to get a veteran who you know what you're getting. Somebody like a Kawhi Leonard, or like the Saints this offseason. That's my main team. I traded for, hold on here, I'm going to pull up the Saints before I start talking about them too much. I made a trade for Draymond Green. And in that deal, I offloaded my first and second round pick this year. And I offloaded a prospect guard who was a lottery pick last year, Dyson Daniels, the Australian player, to get Draymond Green. Green, who with an injury history a little bit in the last few years here. If you look at his stats, you can see that. 73 games last year, pretty healthy year. But before that, 46 games, 63, 46. See, I mean, here and there, he'll have a season where he doesn't play a lot. I took a chance here because Draymond Green's really good. And I really wanted to make the Saints front court better because that was our big weakness last year. We had Kawhi Leonard, our ex, the flex player was Clint Capella. So he was kind of like our power forward. But we had Kawhi Leonard, and then after that, Tari Eason, a rookie, was one of our top guys. And other than that, I mean, we were looking at guys like Royce O'Neal. That was our in our like main lineup that was like rotational players, and that's just not going to cut it. The Saints really needed another rotational player that was really good along the lines of a Kawhi Leonard. So you offload some young guys, some draft picks, and you get a guy like Draymond Green. These are the kind of trades you're going to have to make. You're not going to be able to just land people's top guys and give up a bunch of scrubs. You have to pay for that. And I hope you guys grasp the concept, and you don't get too frustrated when people are, playing hardball with you, and maybe they're being stubborn about letting things go. Maybe it seems like they don't want to give you anything and they want to take everything. You know what? Everybody's going to come around to understanding how to make deals, in this league based on the salary. You have to be creative. You're going to have to be creative in this league to make deals. And you're going to also have to realize it's not all blockbuster trades. The little ones will matter too. In fact, they will matter a lot. So I'm going to end this video right here. Maybe go back and show those Chris Paul highlights one more time as we close out. But again, everybody, enjoy the season. It's starting tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. Football has been a lot of fun, of course, but we're at the midseason doldrums, all the buys coming up. Everybody's taking a breather, after the first 7 weeks. And now it's time to turn our attention a little bit towards basketball as we make our way towards the football playoffs. And again, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing Chris Paul with the Warriors. I think he's going to fit right in there. I think he's going to be a key piece for them off the bench. He gives them just another veteran who's not starstruck to be out there on the court. And it could work out really well for the Houston Rockets in this league and for the Warriors, although I'm not hoping the Warriors win another title, being a Blazer fan. But you know what? You got to admire their team, and they know how to go for a championship. They go after veteran players, and they don't try to grab everybody's young, up-and-coming superstar. They know that old players win championships because of their experience, and you know what you're getting. So I'm looking forward to it.